Once in a time before memory, the world was not as we know it now. There was no sky above or earth below. There was only darkness. A great endless sea where nothing lived and nothing moved. But in that darkness, two beings existed. Their names have been lost, but let us call them the first and the second. They were not like you or me. They were vast, shapeless, and ancient. And though they were together, they were alone. The first grew tired of the silence. Why should there be nothing, it asked. Why should we drift in this empty sea forever? The second did not answer at first, for it had long accepted the darkness. But the first spoke again. I will make something new. I will build a world. The second was afraid. To build a world, you must give something up. There is always a price. The first did not care. It reached into itself and pulled out a piece of its own being, a shining golden light. With this light it formed the sun and set it high above the darkness. The sun burned bright, pushing back the endless sea. But the first had grown weaker. Now the second saw what the first had done and understood the cost. Yet it too began to desire more than the dark. So it took a piece of itself, a cold silver flame, and from this it made the moon. The moon was softer than the sun, but it glowed with its own quiet power. And so the darkness shrank further. But the world was still empty. The first and the second looked at what they had made and knew it was not enough. We must shape the sea, said the first. We must make land. Again, the second hesitated. Every time we create, we lose a part of ourselves. If we keep going, there will be nothing left of us. The first did not listen. It tore another piece from its being and cast it into the sea. Where the light touched the dark waters, land rose, great mountains, wide plains, and deep valleys. The world had a shape now, but the first was fading. The second, though afraid, could not let the first act alone. It reached deep within and scattered its own essence upon the new land. Where the silver drops fell, life began. Trees grew, rivers flowed, and creatures stirred in the forests and the skies. The first and the second looked upon their creation and felt joy. But they also felt sorrow, for they knew they had little left to give. We have made a world, said the first, its voice weak. But who will care for it when we are gone? The second had no answer. So together they made one last sacrifice. The first took the final ember of its golden light, and the second gave the last flicker of its silver flame. From these they shaped the stars, tiny eyes to watch over the world when they could not. And then they were gone. The world they left behind was beautiful, but it was built on a lie. The beings who came after, the people, the animals, the spirits of the earth, believed the world had always been. They did not know of the endless sea, or the two who had shaped all things. They did not know the truth, that existence was born from sacrifice. Yet sometimes, when the wind whispers through the trees, or the waves crash upon the shore, you might hear an echo of the first and the second. And if you look closely at the stars, you might see them watching, still loving the world they made, even though it has forgotten them. And so the lie continues. We walk upon the earth, we breathe the air, and we never question how it came to be. But the truth remains, hidden in the oldest shadows. The world was not meant to exist. It was a gift, paid for, with the very beings who dreamed it into life. And perhaps one day, the price will be remembered.